After enduring months of controversy, industry backlash, and unending fan discontent, Disney has decided to completely overhaul their most recent Snow White adaptation and start anew. This isn't just another remake. It's a critical move by Disney to rectify what has become a huge public relations fiasco, appease disgruntled fans, and preserve the integrity of one of their most cherished franchises. The current adaptation featuring Rachel Zegler has turned into a colossal failure for the company. With a budget of $300 million, Disney executives watch in disbelief as the film fails to resonate with audiences, receiving a dismal rating of 2.2 out of 10 on IMDb. It's not merely underperformance, it's spiraled into an identity crisis for Disney. With 2025 box office plans in jeopardy, the debacle has reportedly sent CEO Bob Iger into a state of panic, not just over the Ziegler incident, but the entire controversy surrounding the film. At a private media event, Disney executives referred to the newly announced version as a course correction, essentially corporate jargon for acknowledging their significant missteps and the urgent need to rectify them. The situation has deteriorated to the point where even Disney's usual supportive critics are beginning to turn their backs. When you're faced with rock-bottom IMDb ratings and once loyal media supporters jumping ship, you know you've reached a critical juncture. Disney is now committed to bringing back the classic storytelling and honoring the emotional core of the original fairy tale. They're not just producing another film, they're desperately striving to rebuild trust with an audience that feels let down and to reconnect with generations of fans who cherished Snow White. The Ziegler-led adaptation was intended to be a bold, modern, feminist take on the 1937 classic. However, from the outset, it drew attention for all the wrong reasons. The significant deviations from the original story did not sit well with longtime Disney enthusiasts. What was meant to feel empowering came across as dismissive of the original's magic. The internet was abuzz when Zegler made comments deemed dismissive or even offensive to the legacy of the original film. She labeled the prince irrelevant and characterized the love story as awkward, remarks that quickly went viral, fueling widespread resentment from fans who felt the heart of a beloved classic was being torn apart. Behind the scenes, Disney insiders reveal that the backlash caught executives completely off guard. Although early test screenings suggested lukewarm reactions, the full impact only hit when the movie's official trailer was released. That's when everything erupted. Fan communities, nostalgic viewers, and film critics unified in their displeasure over the drastic changes to a story that once epitomized Disney magic. The studio removed iconic songs like Someday My Prince Will Come, replacing them with what fans criticized as inferior, modernized feminist alternatives. Reports indicate Disney's PR teams were in overdrive, scrambling to manage the damage as social media hashtags criticizing their creative choices trended continuously. Now, in a blatant move to distance themselves from the fallout, Disney has unveiled plans for a brand new Snow White project, set to commence production in late 2025. It's not merely a remake, it's a complete reset, with parents and longtime fans wondering what happened to the Disney they once adored. While the official cast remains unconfirmed, Disney has made one thing clear. This remake will focus on the emotional core and visual charm of the original animated masterpiece. This involves reintroducing beloved characters, iconic musical numbers, and the enchanting fairy tale ambience critics claim was absent from the Ziegler version. The decision for a new adaptation so soon after the last highlights the urgency of the situation and underscores what's at stake for Disney. This isn't solely about remaking a movie, it's about saving one of their most treasured stories from potential ruin and reestablishing a connection with their audience. Disney's recent wave of live-action remakes has been under scrutiny, with many experiencing declining critical and financial success. With the Snow White brand at risk of becoming permanently damaged, studio executives believe a carefully executed reboot may be their only path to redemption. Insiders reveal the upcoming remake will include a more traditional storyline closely aligned with the 1937 plot, with room for subtle, respectful updates. The changes aim to be respectful, not revisionist. According to one producer, the intent isn't to fix what was never broken, but to reintroduce timeless themes with a hint of modern refinement. This change marks a clear departure from the prior attempt, which many felt was overly eager to dismantle the original story's foundation. While Disney has not disclosed specific details, rumors are already swirling about the new production. Anonymous sources close to the project suggest Disney is seeking a lead actress who exemplifies the classic elegance of old Hollywood, someone with charisma, warmth, and strong vocal talent. Unlike the last adaptation, which was marred by off-screen comments, the new project will reportedly implement stricter media training protocols to ensure messaging remains focused and consistent with the film's core themes. The previous Snow White adaptation courted controversy, not just from Zegler's remarks, but also over how the 7 dwarves were depicted. Peter Dinklage, a prominent actor with dwarfism, criticized Disney for their casting decisions, pointing out the potential outdated portrayal of the dwarves. In response, Disney abandoned traditional dwarf characters in favor of CGI-created magical beings. This choice sparked another backlash, with many actors with dwarfism expressing frustration over being denied roles tailored for them. Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs are about dwarfs, one actor pointed out. These roles are meant for actors of my stature. I can't audition for roles meant for Harrison Ford or George Clooney, and now it's taken away too. Disney's renewed dedication to cohesive storytelling stems from valuable lessons learned. Leaked documents revealed internal conflicts among the studio's marketing, creative, and PR teams during the Zegler film rollout. These behind-the-scenes disagreements led to inconsistent messaging and a promotional campaign that appeared disjointed and contradictory. The lack of alignment harmed the film's image, and Disney is determined not to repeat those errors. The financial consequences were significant. Merchandise from the previous Snow White release underperformed, with major retailers slashing prices on toys and apparel mere weeks after launch. A clear sign that fans were not buying into it, figuratively or literally. Reports from Disney's Consumer Products division revealed millions of dollars in unsold merchandise, dealing a severe financial hit to the company. In response, Disney has appointed an entirely new creative team to lead the reboot. Early reports indicate the new screenwriter is known for blending heartfelt emotion with well-crafted character arcs, a balance many felt was lacking in the last version. While the director's identity remains undisclosed, sources claim they bring experience from both animated and live-action films with global reach. Disney is betting this new creative duo can deliver what the previous version failed to achieve: depth, heart, and a story that resonates with audiences worldwide. The new story will largely adhere to the original plot, with some updates being inevitable. Sources suggest the beloved forest creatures will return, revitalized with advanced animation that marries practical effects with CGI. These characters will be reimagined with care, avoiding the controversies triggered by previous redesigns. Music will once again have a major role, merging new songs with meticulously restored classics like Someday My Prince Will Come. Perhaps the most unexpected decision is Disney's plan to involve veteran animators and consultants, individuals who helped define Disney's artistic identity during its Renaissance period. These experienced professionals have been enlisted to guide the tone, pacing, and emotional rhythm of the new Snow White. According to insiders, Disney leadership now believes reconnecting with their artistic roots is crucial for rebuilding audience trust. The project's initial press release adopted an unusually humble tone, openly acknowledging past errors without singling anyone out. We recognize the importance of honoring the stories that laid the foundation of Disney as we know it today. This new chapter of Snow White is rooted in that appreciation and our commitment to telling timeless stories for today's audience. Meanwhile, Rachel Zegler has maintained a low profile since the reboot announcement. Once celebrated for her breakout role in West Side Story, she found herself engulfed in an online storm as criticism of the Snow White movie crescendoed. Although her media appearances were meant to promote empowerment, they were largely viewed as tone-deaf and disrespectful to the original material. Ziegler later contended her comments were taken out of context, but by then, the backlash had taken on a life of its own. Her absence from the new film was anticipated. While no official statement has been made, sources suggest Disney seeks a fresh start, both on and behind the screen. Whether Zegler will choose to speak out publicly remains to be seen, but for now, she seems to be retreating from the limelight, aligning with Disney's strategy to focus on the film instead of personalities. Reports indicate that Disney scaled down the premiere for Ziegler's version as negative reviews streamed in. It's unclear if anyone attended the premiere, one insider remarked. With bleak Rotten Tomatoes scores, there were attempts to tweak a few elements, but ultimately, the movie was fundamentally flawed. The controversy had ramifications beyond the film's prospects. It could have lasting career consequences. As one commentator candidly observed, she destroyed hundreds of millions of dreams and fans' expectation of the movie. She annihilated Disney's intellectual property valued at hundreds of millions, and also ruined her career as well as the careers of anyone involved in the film. In response, Disney allegedly brought in a dedicated media advisor to escort Zegler and prevent further controversial remarks. The situation escalated to the extent that producers and executives, often described as staunch left-wing activists in Hollywood, started turning their backs on Zegler. Disney purportedly scrapped all of her scheduled appearances on their media platforms. This internal discord highlighted just how critical the situation had gotten for a production that was already beset by challenges. In spite of these obstacles, fans on the internet are showing guarded optimism regarding the reboot announcement. The news has ignited discussions about redemption, legacy, and what it truly means to revisit a tale as cherished as Snow White. While some remain doubtful, others hold out hope for a classic revival. "I just want the magic back," one user commented. "Give me the songs, the romance, the animation style, the woodland setting. I'll be there on opening night if they get it right this time." Disney is banking on that hopeful sentiment translating into strong ticket sales. The movie is slated to start pre-production in late 2025 with a release in theaters targeted for spring 2027. Marketing plans are already in place, featuring official artwork, early previews of the soundtrack, and behind-the-scenes featurettes aimed at generating excitement and goodwill. The studio is even in talks with Disney parks to bring back Snow White-themed attractions ahead of the film's release. This initiative demonstrates how committed they are to rebuilding the princess's image across every facet of the Disney brand. Whether this strategy achieves what the previous one could not is yet to be determined, but one thing is evident. Disney is determined not to let Snow White remain tainted by a single error in judgment. This isn't merely another remake, it's a significant effort to restore reputation for a company eager to redefine the fairy tale genre. If the new version strikes just the right chord, it could remind audiences globally why Snow White marked the dawn of Disney animation. As preparations get underway, executives are said to be concentrating intensely on coherence, consistency, and emotional resonance. Every aspect, from costumes and casting to lighting, set design, and music, is being thoroughly examined by several departments to ensure alignment with Disney's traditional values and modern storytelling prowess. The studio appears to have learned a vital lesson through this adversity, that no amount of corporate polish can substitute the true magic of storytelling. For this Snow White to genuinely succeed, it must evoke a sense of returning to the fairy tale beloved by generations. Disney's current challenge lies in navigating a cultural environment where audiences are increasingly wary of remakes, yet still yearn for genuine storytelling that respects the past while acknowledging the present. The Snow White reboot symbolizes more than just another attempt to cash in on nostalgia. It's a testing ground to see if Disney can rekindle the storytelling magic that was the foundation of their empire. Industry experts will be watching attentively to see if this bold redirection yields positive results. But most importantly, so will the families and fans who have made Disney a cultural icon for nearly 100 years. As one veteran Disney animator reportedly remarked during a consultation meeting for the reboot, "It's time to recollect why people fell in love with Snow White in the first place. Heart, wonder, and a tale that feels timeless because it speaks to a fundamental truth. For Disney's sake, they'd better hope he's right."